There we go. Hi, everybody. We made it home. Let me get where I can see the chat. If anybody's there, let's see. I tried to do a stream in Oregon. It was absolutely gorgeous. But let me show you what my phone looks like. It's like separated itself, and I was trying to fix it, or make sure that it was processed or whatever, and I ended up deleting it, but it kept going in and out of service, so it kept buffering and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. It was like, okay, so the internet wasn't so great. But I have to say, to you guys that go and live stream from your cell phones, you guys are awesome. Because I didn't know how to pull up to where I could see the chat or any of that. Now, I want to explain and apologize for the way that we had to leave without saying goodbye to everybody and what happened. Several people had already left. They left on Sunday morning and things like that. And actually, on Saturday, I got this feeling. You can feel. Let's talk a little bit about ECETI. That place is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. The people that I seen, oh my gosh. Michelle McThree, beautiful soul. Angela, Evan, Shane. I mean, just I can't even list everybody. Was so amazing. And when we got there Thursday, everything was great. Friday was wonderful, and then we had that weird storm, and it was like, whoa. And then Saturday, like, there was this energy change, and I told my husband then, I said, we may need to get out of here, because I wasn't understanding with all of this love and everything that was going on, and the thing that we did with Shane for Shannon and all of this beautiful energy going around. I didn't understand what was really going on, that I was feeling such a shift in. It's like anything that is going on, or any of our gifts, were like magnified times 100, in that, like, I would call it a thin spot. Just, I don't know. And my mind is now open to things that, I had not experienced before, that I have now experienced, and same with my husband. But that's not what I wanted to do this live stream for. I wanted to explain why we had to leave and the way that I had to get out of there. Apparently, that there was somebody there that just absolutely hates me, and I picked up on the energy. And by having these other people there, they were almost like a buffer, so we stayed on Saturday because it kind of buffered it down. Well, as people were leaving and thinning out on Sunday, I really didn't understand what was going on with that situation. And as we're meeting each other in person, I knew that there was a small issue there. I didn't know to the magnification. Now, I dealt with this is something that happened over a year ago. And it was, as I was learning editing, I started off with the Adobe, their trial period or whatever, and then I switched over to a different one, and a comment was made by somebody who I had as a guest and I did not want people making, they started making comments back to this person, and I didn't want that, so I just removed the comment altogether. And then I got an email that that kind of let me know that really that person never did like me, even though they were coming on my platform. They just didn't like me at all. I mean, they just, you know. And so at that time, I removed everything and then just kind of backed away. And I haven't said anything, and I'm not. It's not in my character to name names, and but you know, as we realize, you know, it's A, our intention, B, within the action, and C, it comes into fruition. By ignoring this the entire time, all it did was fester and fester and fester and got worse and worse and worse. Well, I actually went over and sat next to this person to talk to him, and you know, asked for a hug and told her that I loved her. And then she said in my ear that she'll hug me for appearances only. And then ended up raising her voice at me, letting me know she felt absolutely nothing different from me from over a year ago over just removing a comment, which to me sounds like a misunderstanding. Um, so after that, I went into the restroom to recompose myself because after all the love, but I was feeling this intense negative energy also. And after with, you know, what we're dealing with Shannon and everything, you know, that being so raw, I'm not at 100%, and none of us are. We're learning and growing together. And I went into the bathroom so people wouldn't see if I, you know, was gonna cry or whatever, and I ran into somebody, and because I was just blown away because everybody was just so loving and so it was so out of what was going on before. But I felt that energy come in on Saturday, and you know, for it to be over something so simple where I was trying to actually, you know, don't mess with her. You know, she kind of comes on my show. You know, I didn't know her very well. I met her on Shane's show, and I am going to say her name. I'm going to tell you guys because, you know, this has been going on far too long, and I've been covering it up, and I've just been trying to figure it out because I've been so confused. But she let me know she does not like me, and it's to the point of hate. And on Sunday, and anybody that met my husband, he was running around like a kid in a candy store there, loving it, just absolutely enjoying himself. Well, Sunday, after several people had left, my husband's physical condition went to he was walking like a 90-year-old man. I had to get him away from that person, from this person, because my husband and I are connected. You know, we're one. And so my first loyalty was to you know, I had to get him feeling better. And I knew by getting some distance that he was going to start feeling better. And he does. Oh my gosh. We actually got home last night, and we only went like 178 miles, and we stopped, and he already started feeling better. And then we drove the rest of the way home yesterday, about 9, 10 hours straight driving. So, anyways, he was being afflicted as we are, you know, connected. But as we were leaving, getting ready to leave, and we were packing up our vehicle, hope you guys don't mind. Y'all know I smoke. If you were out there by the fire pit, that was our smoking area. And I met so many wonderful people. Oh my gosh, so many beautiful, loving people. But I got yelled at, you know, and it kind of shocked me. And I went into the restroom. Apparently somebody overheard that, you know, I got upset because I got yelled at and I didn't expect it. And then a comment was made back by another person, but everything kept coming back that I was running around just talking about this one person, and I wasn't. I was trying to figure out why this energy shifted and what the heck was going on, and who could I have possibly harmed to the degree that they would send so much hate my direction. And I can't understand it, and I don't understand it. But when we stopped, I had 3 consecutive dreams that I needed to finally open my mouth, stop thinking that, time will heal and things will go away, because time's not healing it. It's not going away. It's making things worse. And if people, leave because of, this, that's not my desire. I want people to judge for themselves and to love everybody. And even I told her, after, even when she said these things to me, I told her I loved her. And that is true, because we're all of the same rock. We're all on our paths. But she does not feel the same way. So I'm dusting the dirt off my shoes and I'm walking away. And it is Michelle Wolf. So she does not like me. And what happened was is the energy while we were at ECETI, it almost, like I said, it's a thin spot. So wherever your intention, energy's neutral, and it comes in neutral. It's where we put our intention is where it will manifest. So if you're putting it out as love, it's going to come out as love. If you're putting it out as hatred, it's going to manifest as hatred. And being in a thin spot and not being at full potential, it manifested in my husband's body to the point he was walking like a 90-year-old man. And I thank James, because I think he's very in tune. And instead of the wagon, he pulled up his 4-wheeler with a big like trailer behind it, his little bucket, for us to load our stuff in. And we actually left at night. And I am night blind, so I can't see. I can't see at night, but I can still feel energies and things like that. It's just my night vision is very poor. And my husband's the type that he'll want everything in the exact order in. And anybody that saw what we brought everything but the kitchen sink. I mean, we were in a tent, but we had everything that we could possibly need, and then some, and plenty to share with others. So it was pretty surprising how after a few people left, which I would think were probably buffering the direct, energetic hate, that I was in, and it was manifesting through him. And as we got further away, he started feeling better and better and better. And I don't have to understand it, because, and I don't wish her any ill will, and I don't want anybody to, just because of this is the situation, I don't want anybody to change their opinions of her. Make your own, form your own opinions, read the energies yourself, and everything is good. I just never understood why so much anger was coming, and it was directed at me, and I was like, this is just, it was overbearing. We actually tried to lay down to see if we could stick it out and be able to give everybody hugs and kisses and everything goodbye before we left on Monday morning. But when I laid down, it was like somebody took a drill and was just drilling in between my eyes, so I couldn't get any rest. So that's when I went and found James, and he brought over that for us, and we were packing in the dark. Now here's something strange. It was taking my husband a while, because like I said, he likes to fit, everything had to fit in there like a puzzle. We brought so much stuff, okay? So it was taking him a little while, and it was dark and I couldn't see, and I was on this side of the vehicle. all of a sudden, inside of me, I wanted to beat the living tar out of somebody. I felt it. I felt it. And there was people getting into a vehicle next to us. I didn't know who it was because I couldn't see, and I was on the other side of the Jeep and I couldn't see over it. And I told my husband, I said, "You need to hurry and get this, because it is the connection that I have with my husband and watching him go downhill. I was feeling this feeling that was very foreign to me. I wanted it. It would almost be like to break her intentions of hatred towards me. I'll give you a reason. You want to hate me? Here's a reason. But break the intentions so my husband could feel better and get the vehicle packed so we could go. But when we first started packing up, that wasn't there. But lo and behold, Frank walked up in the dark and noticed that because we were trying to leave very quietly and not disturb everybody's Skywatch experience. And he walked up, and it was like it cut the tension, and where I was able to not react in that way or hurt anybody. But that was very foreign to me. But I guess don't mess with my men. Because I was getting it just, and I even told my husband, I said, "Honey, something is wrong. I'm feeling rage inside of me. Like, I just want to go and just, like, beat the tar out of somebody, and that is not like me at all. I love everybody." But anyways, and then so that's what happened. Now I really, really want to say I am so sorry to Kate. Kate brought her mother and her beautiful daughter, and I want their genetics because they are very young looking people. And I even said, if you feel a little pinched, I'm just taking some of your genetics, so I can, because they've got that fountain of youth look going with them. And she actually spent the night there on Sunday, and I didn't get to give her a hug. I didn't get to give anybody hugs goodbye or anything. It was that much of an emergency to get my husband away, and the more distance that we got, the better he was feeling. So we need to understand that when we're working with our energy and we're directing it towards, other people, we are capable of harming others. And like I said, in that thin spot there, it was like magnified times 10. And after, the loss of my child, and which I found that there was many of us that have and are still carrying that, even though it's been years for them, is something that we learn to live with. And with mine being so fresh, I didn't have, and I didn't really feel like I needed to have that protective bubble, but my husband was protecting me, but the injuries were manifesting. I'm telling you, he was walking like a 90-year-old man. I had to get him out of there. And I knew that the more distance, the better he would feel. And I was right. Because the next morning when we woke up, after having 3 consecutive dreams in a row about finally just letting this out and releasing it and being done in a formal way, also with an apology to all of you beautiful people that I would have loved to have hugged and swapped information with. And my email is accessible from here, and you can get in contact with me, and I can give you my phone number and things like that. But when I went into the restroom after getting yelled at, I went there to recompose myself, not to, I didn't want to be crying in front of other people. I was just so shocked at a response and over something as simple as a removal of a comment that it was just really shocking that this all brewed from something like that. And I'm not even going to try to understand it anymore. I know it. We were at a thin spot. It reared its head very aggressively, and I'm done. I'm done with her. I'm sorry. We don't need to cross paths, but I still love her because we are all still part of that same rock. So, with that said, let me read some of the chat because we seen, and you guys look forward to what Shane's going to share with what he captured. And I know a lot of you that were there saw that one image that we took, and that one is going to go to James, the owner of the land that, that he opens up for us to come and stay on. And he wants to work with it first, but then after, he's done with it, I will be pulling it up here so you guys can see it too. And anybody that is interested, just shoot me an email and I will email you that image or any of the images that were taken out there that you want for yourself. You're welcome to them, because it was just, after that table tilt or table rocking, what was it called, baby? Table tipping. That was a new experience for me. And when he took the picture, Puddles wants to get in on this conversation. No, my husband's going to take care of that. We were all in that room, and he explained that why people's faces were blurry is because of the vortex, and also all of the different beings that he actually, when he was doing the table tipping, that said they were coming forward, actually manifested on a photo that he took that was all pink, but when you zoom in on it, all these different images of these different beings were in there. And he was going to delete it thinking it was a mistaken photo, but they showed themselves. So that was one crowded room, and that was a new experience, and that broadened my perspective on other things like aliens and the galactic help that we get and that we are getting, along with what we were seeing from the sky watching and all of that. I mean, it was just amazing. So, Kate, honey, I am so sorry, but I had to get some distance because my husband was going down like a ton of bricks. And I think, several people, like I said, had to catch planes and stuff on Sunday morning early. And right after I got her voice, she raised her voice at me at the fire pit, and I went to the bathroom. My husband just went, he was walking like a 90-year-old man. And we woke up the next morning and ended up driving all the way, the rest of the way back. He felt that much better, and so did I. So it's definitely something that I think everybody should experience. That is definitely a thin spot. The grounds are sacred, but the energy comes in neutral. So, we direct the energy. And, it being so focused on me and my husband and I being so connected, it physically manifested on him, and I just couldn't have that. And I'm so sorry. I love everybody that I met there. Oh my gosh. Angela, Evan, Andy, Marianne, Eileen. My gosh, you guys, Eileen on screen doesn't do her justice. She has got the most beautiful crystal blue eyes I've ever seen. Jose, Biker Babe, and actually Jose and I were sitting on the bench, and we just said the only other Michelle that we're missing is Michelle Wolf, when we were kind of looking forward to seeing her, and then poof, she appeared. And I was like, oh, and we just giggled, and I was like, oh, you just manifested her, coming. I mean, that's how sneaky, I am on it. Even though that was the day on Saturday, I was like, I was feeling like, oh, I think we might need to get the heck out of here. But there was a lot of buffering going on with love energy that we were able to make it through, and then Sunday, like I said, as the people were leaving, the it just started manifesting out physically on my husband. But I just really wanted another huge hug from Kate, since she especially went up on Sunday to spend the night there because I was there. I love you, Kate. Your mom is beautiful. Your daughter is absolutely gorgeous. I thank you. You are a doll. Michelle, the other Michelle 3. Oh my gosh! Wow. Um, just so many beautiful people. So many. So I have to say, to gauge it, it's 99% the most amazing, beautiful people. But we all have our path to walk. We're all on our journeys. And I'm not a victim of anything. If I'm a victim of anything on this perspective, it was of confusion. I don't understand where the hate comes from. And I don't need to. Like I said, I'm just going to dust my feet off. But let me see what you guys anybody is saying in the chat. And like I said, I'm breaking mine on my own rules. I don't usually say anything about anybody, but there were other people around the fire pit when she raised her voice and talked to me like that, and I felt so bad that they had to witness that too. uh, I'm sorry about that, and I just, it was unexpected, but it needed to be revealed. I needed to know what was going on. And for it being something that simple to make somebody, stir hate, I don't understand that. So, and that's okay. I don't have to. We don't always have to see eye to eye. And we don't always have to agree. But we are still all in this together, you know? So let's see what we got here in the chat. Let me say hi there. Oh, hi, Kate. You're in the chat. Are you home already? Oh, Michelle's in there. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lenny. Jody. Dead GPK. Pre. Says there's actually 16 people watching. Oh, wait. I got the arrow down. Wow. Hello, everybody. I tell you what. What you're looking at behind me is a photo of Mount Shasta that we took on our way back. Absolutely gorgeous. Also, how when veils get removed, then you're able to see certain things. We saw 3 that were white, shiny anomalies in the sky during the daytime. And then when we kept, it's like, oh, it's just an airplane. It's just an airplane. No, it was not airplane because there was no lights on it or anything. It wasn't white. It was shiny, and it changed different sizes, and it changed directions, and did all kinds of really amazing. It was like, And then a black one showed up there. It's like, okay, so you think I'm a plane? Well, check this out. And it showed up as black and started doing all this. And this was still in Oregon, and it's like, so that veil has been lifted. As time goes on, these different veils get lifted off of us, and then we're able to actually see these things. And it wasn't our imagination because we both could see it. It was like, what the heck is that? And we're dismissing it and discounting it. So the white, well, I say white, it was more shiny, metallic-y looking. It showed itself 3 different times doing 3 different maneuvers at 3 different sizes, and then would just poof disappear. And then it was like we were still doubting it, so then a black one showed up, and then I'm like, well, you think that maybe a military, trying to clock it, or and then it was like, no. And then it went all different directions and poop disappeared. So And that was in Oregon shortly after I made that video. Um, and I know I had to do it because, when you have a dream and it's that vivid and you have it 3 times over, usually 2 times, it's a confirmation that action needs to be taken. Because just by being silent about it, it just leaves the confusion. And now I have no confusion, none at all. And I have no ill will towards her, and I want nobody to have any. I just wanted to explain and apologize because I sure would have loved to have hugged and just shared some just more love embraces with all of you beautiful people and everybody who took a piece of Shannon's home with them, you know, all, different countries all over the United States. Um, this is, I just love everybody so much. So, does anybody have any questions on, what the heck was going on? I mean, how fast he went downhill, and, how, as a sensitive, as we are becoming more sensitive, I'm more of on the spiritual side. And what was getting my husband so excited was he loves the alien side of it. And anybody that saw him either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, he was running all over the place, just having a blast. And to see him go from running all over the grounds to walking like a 90-year-old man within hours, it was, I needed to do what I needed to do. And I've never felt that way except for, it was about 30 years ago, and it was with my daughter's father, because my husband and I, this is not our first marriage, and a woman was draping herself, and we were still married, off my husband, and, it was like we were still married, but I was there with another guy, but I still, of course, loved my husband, and we were talking about working it out. And that was the only other time where I had lost control, and I think it has to do with don't hurt my men, just don't, and it also makes me think about twin flames, and the divine feminine and masculine, and how the two become one. And it just, I learned so much, and connected so much with you guys. I just love you all so, so very much. Unfortunately, I have experienced the same thing several times. I'm sorry, Jody, and nobody deserves to be treated that way. Nobody does. And, I'm the type, like, especially if, I love everybody. Okay, so let's just get that off the table. If there's 10 things about somebody, 9 that I don't like and 1 that I do, I'm going to focus on the 1 and forget and drop away the 9. I'm going to do my best, okay? But if you just lost your child, I'm not going to attack you. That would be the furthest thing from my mind. And I hope to God people didn't think I was running around playing a victim status, because I wasn't. This was the most beautiful experience that I had with so many of you. And I think what we have done is we have tightened up and have become a closer knit family now by meeting each other in person at that sacred place and being able to feel the love and the intentions and sharing these photos. And I'm pretty excited because I think Shane's going to share the one, can't remember exactly what it was called, but we were doing that when James was teaching, where we were tapping in and tapping out, and those purple streaks came out of the sky, like right behind us. So look forward to seeing, things like that on Unbiased and on the Fence. And we were sharing the images that we were capturing, that it's just, you had to see it to believe it, you know. And a lot of people that were there were Evan. He's got a channel of his own, and he's a show me guy, and I think he got shown enough that he actually went and bought himself one of these plasma healing, and I recommend these also. Um, uh, we got one for myself and for my husband while we were there, and I've already recharged it when we got home on a salt lamp, and they are back to full throttle again. So there was just it's just beautiful. So we have connected as a family even closer. So if you were affected by this in any way, I'm sorry. I do apologize. I'm not playing a victim. I just didn't understand what was going on. And now that I do, I'm done. You won't hear another peep out of me. And I'm just going to steer clear. And, we're all on narrow paths. And, if we don't resonate, we're still in this together. So, yeah. Does anybody have any questions about ECETI or what happened with my husband? Or I'm sure that some of you seen it with your own eyes, watched him start to walk even slower and more hunched over. It was like walking like a 90-year-old man. Now, he has this affliction that he suffers, but what comes along with it is it will swell his joints, and like he won't be able to put his fingers will swell, his knees will swell, but there was no swelling at all, no pinkness, no heat, no nothing. It was an energetic, and like I told him, the further away that I get you from this direct hit, the better you're gonna feel. And it happened, or we would not have been able to drive straight through from only going 178 miles the first night and being home when we got home last night. And we're both feeling great. And I did not mean to delete that video. I'm telling you, my phone is just a mess, and I just wanted to show you guys the water, but the cell service was so in and out, and I just felt so bad that I didn't get to pay you guys the respect and the love and the hugs that you deserve before we left, because I definitely am thinking about you. I've got you all right here in my heart, and yeah, it was just great. It was just great. So I'm going to keep this one short. It was just, I just wanted to, and we're going to do more on this. The only picture I've uploaded is Shasta right now, because I wanted to share that with you guys, because it's so beautiful, and we were up in the mountains driving through it, and the forest pictures, and it just, oh my gosh, it's just, my husband took a lot of photos on his phone because his works better. Like I said, to even have mine work when you can see this. Let's see if you can in the camera, because I know it's a few seconds behind. You can see that it's separated itself, it's melted away, and the camera like put like a dark spot on it, because my phone's falling apart. So I didn't get to take many with this, but enough. I did take the Mount Shasta photo with it, because the other side on taking pictures worked just fine. It's the camera facing this way that kind of gets cut off a little bit. So I love you all. This is basically a replacement for the one that accidentally got knocked down. So thank you so much. And I highly recommend that people go for themselves and check this place out. Anything that's going on within you, it like I said, it seemed like a thin spot, and it's like everything was like 100-fold. if somebody was sending you love, you felt it 100-fold, you know, and same with the opposite, you know. I just wish I would have been stronger, but I did get what I wanted from it, which was a closer connection with so many of you. You guys are all so beautiful. It's just, I am blessed. I am definitely blessed. And anybody that wants to come on and chat about their ECETI experience, email me, and we'll look into doing some of that. But we're going to give Shane some time to do what he's going to do, since he was the one who set this all up, you know, and I am so grateful for him. He is a beacon of light, and if it wasn't for him setting this all up for us all to meet up, you know, and give us that beautiful moment. I mean, thank you very much, Shane, and that's unbiased and on the fence. So, and you didn't miss much, Jennifer or Jen, because, oh, I guess I've been going 41 minutes. But I'm going to cut it out now so people can rewatch it. Please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. A little positive feedback, because I know there's going to be some that aren't going to like this, but I'm done. I'm not going to say another word about it, and I'm just sorry that it happened, and I'm sorry for anybody that overheard or misoverheard or whatever when after that happened at the fire pit, and I went to go into the bathroom to try to recompose myself, and I was pretty shook up. I was pretty shocked. So I love you guys. Let me go into here, and I love you. Kate, you're amazing. I mean, we'll do more on this because there's so many beautiful people. There's no way I could list them all. Angela, just, oh my gosh, Biker Babe, just, and Tony Taylor, and Sherry, and just, oh my gosh, so many, male and female. I mean, across the board, just amazing people. You guys have yourself a wonderful day, and always remember to share what you know so we can all listen and grow.